All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream, late night stream. Actually, it's not that late yet, but it's probably going to be by the time we're done with it. So anyway, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. We are going to have some fun. So tonight I'm working on a project. It's going to be a logo design, and the client wants to see a low poly version. So what that means is you basically have the shape of like an animal or something, and then you make all these little triangles. And it looks kind of like a low poly look. Here, let's kind of pull. Let's pull this up. Let's see what happens. So this guy right here, this bull head right here, where it's kind of got the geometric shapes. That's kind of the direction we're headed with some of this. So we're just gonna hang out. It's kind of a stream and chill night. So if you have comments or questions, feel free to pop them in. I'll be looking at those. But for the most part, I just got some work to do. So feel free to jump in and watch or whatever. So. Just testing a couple things real quick before we get too far into the stream. I think we're in good shape. All right. Cool. What day is it? It's today's what day is it? Today's Wednesday, right? Okay. So, yeah, let's dive in. Let's have some fun. All right. So what I'm doing, what I'm going to do is I'm in Illustrator right now. I'm going to be using these colors for this. I've got this shape right here, this bowl that we're going to be working with to make this low poly effect. And I was just kind of poking around in Adobe Stock for a couple reasons. What's up, Golden Rose? Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Good to see you. And you're a streamer, right? I should know this, but I feel like I saw you on Ryan's stream, right? What are you working on these days? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I was just kind of looking around at I was trying to get a good shape, something kind of like what I already have going on, but I was looking for a photo that I could retrace and just kind of show another approach to this. But I didn't see one, and I don't want to spend a ton of time. That's kind of close. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this will get me there. So what I'm going to do, hit Command Shift and number 4 on my keyboard. I'm going to click and drag to highlight this, and then I'll hold down the control key before I let go or pick up with my Wacom tablet pen here. All right, and that'll copy it to my clipboard. What's up, Jessica? Thanks for tuning in. All right, and I'm going to paste this over here. I'm going to probably trace this and experiment with that as an option as well. Yeah, Jessica says, haven't joined in a while. Life has been busy. Same. I haven't streamed very much as I'd want to. Life has been busy. So my wife is very pregnant, and in fact, we're going to have a fresh baby boy in 10 days or less. So she's due very soon, and if she doesn't have the baby before the 17th, I think we're going to go in and have her be induced. So my world's about to get even crazier in the very near future. So that's happening. That's exciting. That's a good look right here on this guy. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, Command Shift 4 to get it started, and then I hit the space bar to kind of move it around wherever I want it to go. And then I will hold down the Control to copy to my clipboard. Then we're gonna slam it over here on. This song is really weird. That got real distracting. Sorry. Oh man. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're really excited. So I have 4 daughters in range aging from like 1.5 up to 12. And Junior here, baby boy, so I call him Junior affectionately because I don't think we're like 90% have decided the name. Anyway, it'll be the first and probably only boy because I think we're done with 5 kids, man. That's a bunch. That's a bunch of kids. So anyway, we're excited. It'll be fun. Super excited. Yes, Jessica. All right. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to jump into the technique for those of you who don't want to stay up late with me so you can kind of see what we're doing. And then I'm probably just going to get to work. So the idea is to do the low poly effect. I'm just going to jump into it. I'm going to hit the slash. What is this? Is this the / up here right above the return key? Whatever it is for the line tool. That's what we're going for, okay? I'm going to hit Shift X to toggle between my fill and my stroke. And then I'm just going to draw a line. I'm going to make sure that window up here I'm under view. I want to make sure I have smart guides turned on. So that way when I get kind of close and I hover, it snaps. That didn't snap for me. Let me make sure I have snapping turned on too. Oh, I had it turned off. Okay, try that again. So once we get into this, basically what we're going to do, I'm just going to abbreviate the process here. Again, for those of you who don't want to stick around for the whole thing, right? I'm just going to make a bunch of poly shapes. Just clicking and dragging with the line tool, okay? And then what's going to happen once I get a bunch of them, I'm just going to select all of them. I'm going to go to my Pathfinder. And right here, this bottom left one that says divide, I'm going to click on that, and you'll notice it added an anchor point where those 2 paths crossed. And then also, just realized I'm going to turn on visualize. That might help you guys see some things a little bit better. Okay, anyway, so now what I can do, you can see that it's selected, but my fill and stroke is set to nothing, okay? So I can deselect this. Well, one of a couple of things. I like to just hit the letter D to change to my default swatches. So white as the fill, black as the stroke. So now if I deselect this, you can still see the shape, okay? Now I'm gonna hit the letter I, well, I'm gonna deselect everything, hit the letter I to get my eyedropper tool. I'll grab a color. And then if I hit the Option key with the color filled, it'll fill whatever I click on. So I can just tap real quick and then hit the Option key, right? And I can just start filling things in. So this is going to be the workflow, basically. Like that's all I'm doing. So, oh man, songs that have words immediately make my brain stop. Sorry. Anyway, so that's the process we're going to work through, just making lines, and then I'm going to do a bunch of versions and we'll see what happens. What's up? Is it Sabine? Over on, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of these up here on my canvas to kind of refer to. We'll come back to those here in a minute. Actually, I might start with this guy here. So I'm going to drag a copy over. All right. We'll zoom in nice and tight here. I'm going to hit Command 2 to lock it. It's the same as coming up here to Object, down to lock. Okay. And then when I'm done, I want to unlock everything as Command Option 2 just to unlock it. But right now I don't accidentally select it. And let's grab the pen tool first. And I'm going to hit Shift X to swap my fill and my stroke here. I don't really care what color I'm using. I just want to be able to have contrast. Okay. Also, on this Wacom tablet, it's a touch tablet, so I can use it as a mouse too, but I'm going to turn that off because my wrist keeps hitting stuff. So let's do that. All right. Zooming in. Let's see. So I'm just going to make some loose selections here. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting started, getting warmed up here. And I might need to do something custom with, I don't know. Let's just keep going. Before we analyze it too much, let's just flesh out the rough shape here and see what happens. The good news is it's vector. It's Illustrator, so if we change our mind, we can just grab an anchor point and change it. So thanks for everybody jumping into the comments. When I do stuff like this, I get super focused. So I can see stuff popping in up there, but I don't want to take my eyes off what I'm doing, so I can just get this done real quick. But in the meantime, story time. Guess what I did today? Well, I did a lot of things today, but the group of guys I work with, we decided that we were going to have a productive meeting, and it would be really productive if we went outside and played frisbee golf while we had our meeting, and that's exactly what we did. It was sunny and beautiful, and I played frisbee golf. Actually, for the first time ever with the real frisbee discs. I usually use like an ultimate frisbee disc, and I just use one for everything, but apparently if you're a professional, you have like a satchel with like 20 different discs in it. I had 3, but whatever. All right, so I've got that shape selected. I want to be able to keep this shape here as a reference as far as if I decide to come back in here. Why is that not? Oh, wrong key. What in the world? There we go. If I wanted to add some of these lines here or details, I want to be able to have that as a reference. So what I'm going to do is hit Command Option and 2 to ungroup that. Same as coming up here to Object, Ungroup. No, not group. Lock. Unlock. There we go. All right. I'm just going to drag a copy of this guy over here so I can always come back to it. All right. And this is going to be the shape we're going to start playing around with just to see what happens. So Golden Rose says, I have only done low poly work and Inkscape. Haven't used it in Illustrator yet. Yeah, and again, there's maybe other better ways to do this. This is just me kind of screwing around knowing, oh, what in the world? Sorry, my shortcuts are being weird. What is happening? Sorry. Anyway, knowing that I've got a client that wants to see a look like this. So we'll see what happens. And then you'll see, like I was talking about, where if you don't like the shape, just get your direct selection tool, hit the letter A, grab an anchor point, and move it around if you need to. Sabine, this song and your work is the deadliest combo. That's funny. He's not talking about this song right now. It was a while ago. Okay, we got our basic shape. And just for good measure, because I like to copy things, I've already got a copy over there, but we're just gonna, I like to be able to have that as a reference. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of shortcuts, and what I'm doing right now that's not working, I'm gonna switch so you can see this better. So when I'm hitting the space bar, it changes to the hand tool. When I hit Command and Option, I'm wanting it to zoom in, so I can click and drag and zoom in on my work. Command Option, and then the Alt key changes to a magnifying glass or a zoom out. Okay, so I'm constantly using these keys on my keyboard to switch things around. But for whatever reason, it might be because of the Wacom tablet driver taking over. It wasn't working like that, and it's driving me nuts. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's grab that line tool, and let's use I might thin this out a little bit. By this, I mean the stroke. There we go. All right, line tool. All right, I don't really know where I want to go with this quite yet. Thank you. All right. So there's a few ways to do this. I could go for like a line all the way across from one side to the other and start gridding it off. I kind of want little triangles, so I'll probably do a few versions of this. I don't know. I'm 100% making this up as I go. I'm not sure which way I'm going to like better. And you can see it, this is going to take a while. But we're going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. I don't know. These are going to be way too small. I can already tell, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We can change it later. All right, so I'll do a few of these for proof of concept. And then we'll start coloring it just to kind of see if I like where it's going. All right. All right, so we can see this is basically the workflow of what I'm going to be doing. Copy this over. I'm going to grab the whole thing. Let's go over here to our Pathfinder. It's already open. I don't see it though. Oh, there it is. All my menus are buried. I need to reset my workspace. Heck. Window, workspace, essentials, reset essentials. There we go. All right. Okay, so on the Pathfinder window, I'm going to click on this bottom left one to divide it, and it's going to do stuff. All right. So it's going to turn them all into shapes, basically, instead of just lines that intersect. All right, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab these swatches. I'll copy it. Zoom in nice and close here. Let's paste it. Scale it. All right. And the only reason why I did that is so that way when I'm using the eyedropper tool, my colors are really close. Okay. So with the eyedropper tool, nothing selected right now. I'm just going to sample some color. I'm going to hold down the Option key, and then I'm going to start filling these shapes. And it looks like I've got some issue, like this guy. That's all right. There's going to be some issues, apparently, where I didn't overlap things very well. Which is why I only did a little bit before I got super committed to this technique here. All right. What the heck is going on? The shortcuts aren't working right. What's up? Desundero? Desundero? Is it Nishat? Wow, haven't tried an Illustrator. Thank you. Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, this is actually for a client who wants to see a low poly version of things. So I'm just kind of playing. It's kind of a hanging out stream. What the heck is happening? All right, so I'm trying to sample. What's going on is I'm trying to sample this with my eyedropper tool, the color swatch, and then holding down the option key to then fill the shape. But for some reason, sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not, and I have no idea what's happening. All right, so I think I've proven that this works good enough to kind of keep going with it. It looks a little bit weird on the colors. I'm definitely going to have to refine that a little bit. All right, deleted. Thanks, Golden Rose. Says going to call it a night. Thank you so much for tuning in and saying hello. I appreciate it. Have an awesome night. And the replay will be up if you guys want to see the replay. You're heading to bed. I think no promises because the last couple nights I've had kids have bad dreams keeping me up all night. But my hope is that tomorrow morning I'll stream in the morning too. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll catch you in the morning. All right. All right. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Super zoned out there for a while. I'm still not sure if this is stylistically. Gosh, the other thing I gotta pay attention to also is the size of these things. Like, I don't want them to be just super tiny. Let me jump back over into Adobe Stock. Just kind of look at some more low poly stuff. Get a better idea. Oh, those are cool. I'm going to go back real quick. Total tangent. So, if you guys want to see something awesome, check out these. Okay, so these... Not... Oh, whoop. These guys right here, these little low poly floating world things. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Things. All right, you get the point. Oh my goodness. What I was going to tell you, if you look at Benny Productions, dude, this kid's amazing. Micro Worlds. You got to watch this video. So cool. How to create micro worlds. Long story short, a friend of mine showed me this the other day. I thought it was pretty cool.
What if you could control the web with your mind? What if telekinesis?
This
So
video was sponsored by Squarespace.
I'm just going to skip ahead to kind of see the process here. These things are so cool. Let's go to like here. So he makes these like 3D looking things in Photoshop. Total tangent, total side note, but we're just hanging out. So, you know, I like to show inspirational things that inspire me. So when you get a minute, check this out. This is not 3D software. How to create micro worlds. Check out that video on YouTube. Super cool stuff. Okay, so jumping back. Low poly logo is where we're headed. All right, so I don't want to go this direction where there's just a ton of little tiny shapes. This is pretty cool. I'm digging this. Is my keyboard just not working? What the heck is happening? Here, I'm gonna switch. I don't know if it's that or what's going on, but it's not. I don't know if it's my control key or if there's a conflict with my Wacom tablet, but the shortcuts are driving me nuts here. Different keyboard. Come on. Sorry, guys. What's up? What's up, Vikram over on Behance? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. So, if you're just tuning in, I'm working on a logo project for a client. They want to see this bowl shape in like a low poly thing, but I'm having a little bit of technical issues. I can't get things to sync. My shortcuts aren't working. So, I'm just getting this dialed in real quick, and then we'll get back to work. Come on now. Oh, you know what's probably happening is I'm probably screwing up my wife's keyboard or her laptop. This is probably connected to her laptop. Is probably what happened. All right. So I was talking earlier about Frisbee golf because that was fun because that's what I did today. There we go. Now we're connected. Anybody, what do you guys do for fun? Like what hobbies? Do you guys like, anybody go mountain biking or I don't know, quilting? Like what do you guys do for fun? Design stuff. I've been getting into music a lot more lately. I play guitar and drums and bass, and I've been in the music side of things for a long time. But I've never really played the piano, and I've started to teach myself how to play the piano. So that's been fun, jumping into like Logic Pro, and I want to get into Ableton Live and get an Ableton Push like key controller so I can do like looping music and stuff. That sounds fun to me. So right now what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just looking at some other low poly designs, because what's going on, what I'm realizing, like I really like the balance of this little mountain logo and how it's all coming together. As I look at where I'm headed on this, obviously I just got started, but there's a lot of different sizes going on here. So I'm just trying to get a good idea of how big I want these triangles, these low poly shapes to be. That's probably too detailed on this fox. This one over here on the left, I suppose, is heading the right direction. I think that other keyboard is crapping out on me is why the shortcuts weren't working. Because this one seems to be working fine. Alright. Alright, let's see. That hummingbird's cool. There's some cool stuff in here. Oh, whoops. All right. How do you guys get your ideas? What do you guys do when you're starting a new project? Is there a favorite website you guys like to use? I love using Behance, and I love using Adobe Stock. Oh, that's what I could do too. I'll jump over to Behance real quick. And let's look for low poly. Low poly logo design. I'll probably have better results over here on Behance. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe Google? Will have better results? That's all right. We'll keep going. That's the other thing I notice that I do too. I try to like reduce how much time I spend looking at things, or it's just going to be an endless black hole of not actually getting work done and just trolling the internet. All right. Let's look at this. So we got... Well, that's the other thing we could do too, is like an explosion, like where some of the pieces look like they're peeling off. Work on some of that. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to keep getting to this here. So I'm just going to look at these two and just try and figure out what I like about them and how to replicate that on what I'm doing here. So pretty much triangles. Got the common spine kind of where it would be the body of it down the tail. All right. All right, let's play with that a little bit. I usually see free pick over on Sabine says over on Behance. I like to look at Logo Pond is a good one I look at. I look at Pexels, I look at Adobe Stock, I look at Envato Elements. I tend to spend a lot of time on Behance. I really like, there's just so many creative people. I love it. It's super inspiring to see everything that you guys come up with. So if you're just joining, I'm working on this project for a client that wants to see a low poly design, logo design. And so right now, the way I started it is I traced the shape of a bowl with a pen tool, and now I'm using the line tool just to kind of connect the dots here, and just kind of working through the process. The thing is, I'm zoomed so far out. Hopefully all these points are joined. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're okay, good. Cool, cool, cool. The other thing I've been doing a lot of, I was talking about Frisbee golf. I've been doing a lot of mountain biking too. Been really enjoying that. All right. All right. We're getting there. What's up, Jessica? What's up, Jen? Jenna is my wife. So this Wacom tablet I just got today. I have a smaller version of it. And I used to have one at the company I used to work with, but it wasn't mine to keep. So I haven't had one for a couple years now, and I missed it. My little one, there was a software update, and so I couldn't use it anymore. And this guy is this. So it's the, let's do this. Let's see if this works on the camera. So it's the Wacom Intuos Pro. It's the medium tablet size. So this is what the box looks like. Super cool. Super impressed with it. I was going to do an unboxing when I went live, but I couldn't wait, and I wanted to make sure all the drivers were installed. But it also comes with these little, I don't think there's any benefit to this other than their cool colors. So on the pen, it's got, I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera or not, but it's got like right now I've got like the orange one on here. It's just a little metal ring. So there's like black, blue, green, silver, and this kind of a copper color. And I don't think it does anything other than makes it pretty, but that makes me happy. So, and then the pen doesn't have a battery or anything. It's got 2 buttons on here. So you can program these buttons to do whatever you want. I've got mine set when I'm hovering. If I tap this back button, it shows all of the windows. And if I tap the front one, it's like a mouse click or right click. And then if you flip it over, you've got the eraser. So you got a pen side and an eraser side. So if you're in Photoshop or Illustrator, it automatically knows what you're trying to use, and it flips it for you, whether it's the pen or the eraser. And then there's some really cool stuff too. So all these buttons down the side of this thing I can pre-program, and I'm still getting the hang of it. It's a little bit different than the one I had before, so I don't have it totally programmed yet. But super cool. And then it came with this little base that the pen can sit in like sideways or vertically like that. I think you can see this on the camera, I hope. But then this also opens. Hold this up higher. So this opens, and then inside are a bunch of, I think they call them nibs, but it's the pen tip. There's a bunch of different styles of pen tips, different pressures and stuff. So I love this thing. Super cool. And I don't have an affiliate link or anything. I'm not making any money to tell you guys this. And I don't think you need to have one. Like, clearly I haven't had one for the last couple of years. Like, you don't have to have one of these to be able to create logos and do what we do artistically. But it just, it has so many levels of pressure sensitivity for fine tune. Like, the reason why I got it is I've got a bunch of branding stuff to do. I've got a bunch of branding projects I'm working on. And then I have some photo editing I've got to do. And so being able to like brush in details and like make selections and stuff with this is super, super handy. So yeah, that's what I'm using. The Wacom tablet Intuos Pro, medium size. So we might have to do a giveaway for these here pretty soon. We did a giveaway a while ago for some tablets. I'm talking like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, on my, might have been my YouTube channel. No, I don't remember. Either like my YouTube channel or the courses I teach. There's links below if you guys want to check them out. The Graphic Design Vault is everything that I've ever made as far as courses go. Plus, you get access to me via Slack if you want to like text and you have questions, you want to hang out, whatever. Need feedback. So that's the Graphic Design Vault. It's a monthly subscription. And then if you want like a one-time course, and you just want to get up and running and learn about graphic design, I have a graphic design bootcamp course. And basically with the bootcamp, it's like a one-time deal. And then you get access to my course where I teach about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. So check it out. There's links below. Just as well, it's cool. I've been looking into them because I like to use the brushes, and the mouse and trackpad isn't always smooth enough for me. Thank you. Yeah, honestly. And then, okay, so this tablet's pretty expensive. It was $380, which that's a lot. But they had smaller ones that were like $70, but they're much smaller. I got the bigger one because I like having more control, plus has more pressure sensitivity points. And it's got this feature where I can turn on and off. There's a little toggle on the side of this thing, and I can actually use hand gestures, so I can actually turn it off. I think I just turned it off. Anyway, it's kind of like a trackpad on your computer, so you can use your hand without the pen. There we go. So I can use my finger right on the whole surface of this thing to navigate around. So I like it a lot, like a lot. Definitely worth it. They've got smaller versions that are a little less expensive, depending on what you're looking to do or what your needs are. All right, I'm not sure what to do with this guy's face. Oh, you know what else is neat? Guys, I've done all this work. Guess what I haven't done yet? Look at this. Look how far I made it on this project. And I haven't saved yet. Such a rookie. Okay, let's save this thing. I'm just going to save it on my desktop for now. Clean up later. Got some dubstep in the house. All right. Future bass dubstep. Look at this. Okay, let's do, what are we even calling this? Low poly bowl logo desktop. Save it. Cool. All right. So we are so close. I'm just not sure what to do with the face of this thing yet. Don't even have an idea. So before I get committed to this, what I'm going to do is make a copy of this guy in case I don't like where it goes. Let's just see what happens. So there's going to be some eyes here-ish. I could maybe like do something like that. Oh, actually I like that. And then I could probably do something kind of like where, nope. Let's see, where would the nose be? Maybe box it out like that. Nope. This is... We're close. I think we're onto something. Kind of. I don't like that at all, but I'm not sure what to do differently. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. I never realized, like I never really paid attention to low poly logos and stuff before. Not that I didn't pay attention. Like I didn't realize, like I'm struggling trying to figure out like where to put the lines to make it look right, like on the face especially. Let's look at this guy. So it looks like they do an eyeball and kind of build off of that in the nose and then kind of fill in the gaps. The mouth. What's up, Jessica Taylor? Yes. Okay, so you bring up a super great point. Jessica says, hi, I'm a new student to your Udemy classes. So first of all, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for your support, and I appreciate that very much. It says, currently stuck as the new updates don't seem to line up with your tutorials or user error. Not user error. There are some significant updates that just happened. And so some of the videos in that course you're in probably break. So you go to do stuff and it doesn't work right, or you go to like click on the refine edge tool, and it's not the same. So feel free to email me. You can email me at Derrick@derrickmitchell.com. Here, I'm just going to put it in the chat. There you go. So you can email me, Derrick@derrickmitchell.com, and I can try and help you out. But yeah, it's not you. It's some of these videos need to be updated. So, but like I said earlier, if you're just tuning in, my wife is pregnant, and we're gonna have a baby like in the next 10 days or less. So I haven't been able to update the production on some of those videos yet, which is why I'm going live more. So that way, if you guys have questions, I can help you out as much as possible live. Yeah. That's what's going on. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hi, Jessica Taylor. I appreciate that. Let's see here. What am I doing? No, let's go. All right. I'm digging this. This is headed the right direction for sure. I just got to figure out the face. You're welcome, Jessica. And thank you very much. She says, super congrats. Congrats on the baby. What's up? I've been totally neglecting the comments over on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I forgot. So because this is a late night stream, my computer's set to automatically go into Do Not Disturb. Oh, and I've got my USB channel muted. So my computer's over here chiming at me, and I haven't heard any of this. Sorry, guys. Let me see here. What's up? What is it? I987 Angel Baby. Hi, Derrick. I'm a new student to your Udemy beginner bootcamp class, trying to gain pointers as I'm currently stuck in the course. Oh, no. Hoping to learn a lot. Thank you for the course. Is that you? Jessica, was that you on YouTube, or is it somebody else? I have literally 2 people tonight commenting on that. If you could tell me which video you're stuck on, I want to get you taken care of. And then I've got something Mort says, hi, what's up from YouTube? And also, have you heard of the user Low Poly on Twitter? What do you think about it? I have not. I'm not a huge Twitter fan. I'm not on Twitter very much. Actually, I'm not on Twitter at all. I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it. So actually, I still have Instagram and Facebook, but I deleted them both from my phone. For 2 reasons. One, I was starting to spend way too much time on the apps. And the second was the privacy policy that they updated. I wasn't okay with that, so I deleted it. And then third, I guess 3 reasons. The third is I found myself getting wound up about negative stuff that was happening, and emotionally getting all worked up. So since I've been off of social media, my mood has improved drastically. So still have the groups open. So I have a Facebook group that has, I think, like 17,000 people in it now, for complete graphic design. Let me pull that up real quick if you guys want to check this out. /groups/complete graphic design. So this is a group that I run. Jenna, my wife, and I run this. And let's see, I think they're, where does it say? I can't remember. Anyway, so what's cool about this group is if you're stuck or you need help, there's a lot of people in here who are willing to help. We have a mentorship program where you can be a mentor or I always forget the word, not mentee. It's, oh my gosh. I do this every time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, 17.5 thousand members. That's so awesome. So you can join this mentorship thing going on here. You can click on the mentorship tab, and we've got people seeking mentors. We got a few unpaired members. So we just kind of opened this up. So check that out if you're interested. Join the group. Would love to have you here. So I still have Facebook technically on my computer, but I don't have it on my phone anymore. So anyway. Okay, so Jessica says course 2, section 8, masking. Course 2. I'm not sure what you mean by course 2. All right. Yeah. But masking. Okay, so what it probably is, because I'm almost positive I know which one it is. Are you making the band poster with the dude and you're like cutting him out and making the rock band poster? And you're cutting it out, making a mask, and the mask breaks. And it's because it could be that, well, there's a couple of reasons it could be. Yeah, trying to get the hair from the poster integrated and masked. Okay, yes, I know pretty much exactly what you're talking about. I'm just going to jump over here real quick, guys, so you can see if I can help you out. Open up Photoshop. Let me switch my screens real quick. I got to jump into something real quick. I don't even know. So I just got a new hard drive. Well, I got a server actually, and I'm migrating my course video files over to it. So I'm not sure if I have that asset in front of me right now. Let me see. So I will find that real quick. Let's find the graphic design bootcamp. Let's find Photoshop poster, assets and design files, poster, assets. All right, I think I found it. Boom. Okay. Look at that. Organization for the win. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up into Photoshop. I know you can't see me yet, but we'll get there in just a second. I'm just opening one more thing because I closed it too soon. Graphic Design Bootcamp. Da-da-da. Photoshop poster. Poster, design files, PSD, E2, E3. Okay. Let's open this real quick. What? Paul's on the line. Dude, you want to jump in and say hi? Actually, don't do that. You won't be able to sleep. I know you. It's 11 o'clock. Well, I guess it's 10 o'clock. What are you doing up? Go to bed. So Paul Gowan, you guys, we were doing these Moto Monday lives. We recently just finished our first season. You can check out the replay from Monday. It was our best show yet. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So tired. So let's see. All right, what I'm doing. Let's bring this back. This is for Jessica over on Behance. Behance, as Paul would say. She's here, so I can say that. All right. So, Jessica, let's take a look at this. All right. So, what you're probably struggling with is the mask right here that we masked out his hair. Specifically, this guy. This. You're here is probably where you're stuck. Let me know if I'm on track, Jessica. And you've got like this wispy, like not quite kind of working right mask thing going on. Am I right? Is this where we're at? I think this is where we're at on the project. I'm going to open up this version to see if I have a different. Let me know, Jessica, if you're watching. We got two Jessicas in here now. We got Jessica Taylor and Jessica Ashmore. So Jessica Taylor, I'm helping you out real quick, doing some live help on the stream. And so she's working on this poster that we do in the graphic design bootcamp. If you want to check it out, there's a link below. And we select this, and I think what might be happening, this is, okay, bear in mind I recorded this video a while ago. One of a couple things is probably happening for you. This image might be what we call a smart object. So if I right click on this, on the actual name here, and I convert it to a smart object, it might, oh shoot, okay, it's all right, hang with me. You might see this little smart object icon here, and you might need to double click on it to make it a or not double click, rasterize the layer. I'm sucking at this right now. Sorry. Right click. We are going to, why do I not see it? Right down here, rasterize the layer. Okay. And that way that little smart object goes away. Okay. And this is something this is like, don't worry about the details of that yet. The next thing I want to talk about. So when we selected this guy, I'm going to hide this mask. This is the image you're seeing, right? I'm just going to delete this mask. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, right click. Why is it doing this? Oh my goodness. All right, it's not letting me rasterize. Okay, so we made the selection. There's a lot of ways to make the selection, okay? But in the latest version of Photoshop, like forget what I taught you in that one video. What we're gonna do is, if this is a smart object, it has a little icon, you wanna rasterize a layer. And then up here in the window panel, you wanna make sure that you can see the properties window, okay? And this is what the properties window looks like, okay? So literally what you can do now, with one click, I can click remove background, and it's gonna take this photo and it's going to completely remove the background and get it almost on the first click, like literally one click. It's amazing, okay? If that doesn't work for you, or if you don't see that right here under quick actions, you might see something that says something along the lines of like rasterizing the layer and breaking it apart so it's not a smart object, okay? You're gonna wanna do that. The other thing you could do, I'm gonna hit Command Z to undo that. Instead of removing the background, I could just select the subject. I'll click that button and it's gonna make a really good selection around this guy. And then if I wanted to, I could do more with that selection, or down here I can click on the little mask button and I can make the mask by clicking on it there. Now, there's still a little bit of white hair in here. And I see you're posting over here on Behance. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, okay. So yeah, then I was showing you how an easy way to mask the hair, and then the button smear, or then it smears. It doesn't show smart image and. Okay, so one other thing, when you're adjusting this, so here's what happened. See how I can click on the actual image, or I can click on the mask? I'm pretty sure in that video I had the mask selected. Let me hit the letter M to get a selection tool selected. I just have the ellipse marquee. It doesn't matter which one of these, just any of the selection tools. So we had the mask selected, which was the wrong thing. And then I clicked up on select and mask. Okay. So you're in here trying to refine this. And we were trying to refine the hair and all of that, which this looks a little different than what you're seeing now. And what was happening is it's looking at just the mask, the black or white. It's not looking at the actual pixel data of the image. So make sure you click on the image first. I'm going to command click on the mask to load a selection. Okay, so I hit the command key and then click right here, or control if you're on a PC. So I've got the selection back, but then don't be on the mask layer. I want to click over here. Oh my gosh, am I making this way harder than it needs to be? Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm on the image layer, not the mask layer, with the selection. Now if I hit select and mask, as you're refining this, I'm going to change this to show edge. Okay, so now I changed the view over here just so it's kind of an extreme view so you can see what we're doing. Now when I go to refine the edge here to clean this up a little bit, it should be really dialing in the edges, okay? Because it's referencing that image, not the mask. Is I'm pretty sure what was happening on that video that you were watching, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. And I've got a much better selection over here. So I think that was the issue you were running into. I've got to fix that video. I know it just broke a bunch of stuff because the select and mask is different now. So thank you for that. I hope some of that made sense and helps you problem solve. But send me an email so we can follow up on that. All right. Now, back to Illustrator. Jumping over here for this low poly look. Still trying to figure out what to do with the face here. I'm going to check my messages. I just realized. Do not disturb turned on. All right, we're good. Needs an outer glow. Get out of here, Paul. You need to go to bed. Oh, Paul. Outer glow. Some bevel, some emboss. A little bit of satin. Right? I'm on the right track, right? Oh, I don't know if I like what's happening here, though. Papyrus. Am I going to have to unfriend you? Oh, man. Papyrus. So, fun story. When my wife and I were we dating at... Yeah, were we dating at that point? I don't know if it was official. I think we really liked each other. And fun fact, we were messaging on MySpace. Like, that's how old I am. Anybody remember MySpace? Okay. All the glows, Jessica says. Can you boot somebody from chat? I think I could boot you from the chat. If I can't, Jenna's an admin. I don't know if she's still on this thing or not. Anyway, Jen and I were in the MySpace messaging, or maybe even AOL messaging. I don't know. Whichever one lets you pick your fonts. And she knew that, like, I was like, don't use Papyrus, and so she made it a point to send all of her messages to me in Papyrus. So that's pretty much how I knew right away that we needed to get married. So there you go. Fun fact. MySpace is where we were all great at coding layouts. 100%. That's honestly, literally having to style your MySpace page was where the whole HTML, that is literally my first experience with HTML. Oh, I don't like this. Love story. Oh, yeah. My wife and I dated for 2 weeks, and then I proposed. I knew I was leveling up, so I had to lock it down. And now we have 5 kids. I had to make sure she would never leave me. All right, what am I doing? What am I doing here? All right, that's cool. That works, maybe. I don't know. I feel like this one maybe needs... There we go. All right. Paul, I'm concerned about your well-being. You get up so early. What are you doing up right now, man? You got my email saying, hey, I'm live. Had to come join the party. That's better. Okay, so what I just did there, all these are lines, so I grabbed the direct selection tool and I clicked up in here, and then I just clicked around it so it selected all the little separate anchor points, so I could just grab the whole thing at once. And by changing it from here, I just screwed it up. I was going to step back. Oh man. And I made it kind of line up with the jawline of this. I think makes it look a lot better. That feels better. You know you want to. We need to add those glows. Oh man. I don't want to. I might for you though, Paul. Let's see. All right, that is so close. Don't forget to save your work, friends. All right, let's check this out. Oh wow. Oh Paul, you're taking me on Behance and on the YouTubes. All right, so let's do this. Hi Val. I don't know if she's watching or not, but hi. Let's see. So quick reminder, if you're just tuning in and you want to see what we're up to and you don't want to watch the whole video, in the first few minutes I kind of show the overall process of how to do this and where we're headed. So you can catch it on the replay. All right. I feel like that's pretty solid. I feel like we're definitely in the right direction. Okay. So what we're going to do now, save your work. What's the trackpad thingy? Paul, this is my brand new tool. It's a toy. Brand new tool that I just bought today. Oh no. And it's called a Wacom tablet. This is what the pretty box looks like. So it's the Wacom Intuos Pro. It's a medium tablet. And it's, I don't know how many thousands of layers of pressure sensitivity, but it's got a bunch. So depending on the software you're using, like if I'm in Photoshop, I can gently press and it'll change. Actually in Illustrator, this thing, or not in Illustrator. Illustrator's all right. But like in Photoshop, this thing is incredible. I have to show you because it's just so cool. All right. So if you get a brush, any old brush will do. Also, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what settings are set to. I can't even spell my own name, but that's okay. So up here, brushes. Photoshop's brush, what would you call this? Engine? I don't know. Has so many cool features and things. So, and oh my gosh. Okay. So right here, I'm on brush tip shape. Like just on the shapes alone, there is so much you can do. But you can toggle on multiple things at the same time. So your brush just gets crazy. I don't know why it's not working for me right now. Let's see, dual brush, scattering. Okay, so here's where it's really cool. The control for this, I can set it to be my pen pressure or even the tilt, like how my brush is tilted, or the stylus wheel over here. So then as I push lighter or harder, it does different things. Let's see. I'm just gonna turn on all the things. Why is it not doing it though? Anyway, super cool. I haven't had one for a couple years. I just haven't done it. Oh, I could just spend hours playing with this. That'll have to be another stream. So anyway, fun new thing. Wacom tablet for the win. I don't feel like I'm doing it justice right now because things are not working like I want them to. User error. It's all right. Anyway, you get the point. Val wants one. She needs one. I'm sure she needs one for what she does. Only thousands. Yeah. All right. So, dude, I might not go to bed tonight. This is terrible. All right. Let's get back to what we were doing. I'm so distracted. All right. So what we did, we made this and it's cool. Now what we're going to do, because I like to duplicate everything that I do a million times just in case I screw something up, I'm going to make a copy of this guy because currently everything in here is just one single line, right? Nothing's connected yet. So if I wanted to fill all these shapes, that it's really not a shape yet, it's just a bunch of lines that are connected. So what we want to do is where all the magic happens is we're going to select the whole thing, click and drag. with the, what is this? The move tool? Selection tool. It's the move tool in Photoshop. It's a selection tool in Illustrator. Click and drag, select the whole thing. And then we are going to click on the Pathfinder window over here. If you don't see that, go to Window, down to Pathfinder. Okay. I'm going to show options. And we are looking for the divide down here, Pathfinder. So I'm going to click on it. And like magic, all of these points are connected now. And they're all shapes. So in theory, let me just zoom in and see if some of these, see, it got a little weird with this kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do, because it's technically, this is all the stroke right now. Let's go to the stroke. Let's make this a 0.25 stroke. That's neat. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. So I think some of these points, oh, there we go. That fixed it. Clicking on the corners here. So there weren't all those jagged edges poking by. Okay. The weight, I don't know why. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. That makes me feel better. Okay. So I went to the corners. I rounded them off. I went to the weight, dropped it down. So now we converted it from being lines to all these are shapes now. Like they're all a bunch of triangles, basically. This music is out of control. Paul will never fall asleep with that kind of stuff. I need to get some sleepy time music. All right, so I'm going to grab these colors. We're going to drag them down here. Or that's interesting. That's not working for me either. There we go. All right, so now we're going to color this guy. But before I do, guess what I'm going to do? You already know the answer to this. We're going to make another copy. That's right. And the reason is because if I color this and I don't like what I'm doing, I could just start over from here. Probably overkill, but whatever. Okay, so let's color this thing. So I'm going to grab, I want this to kind of go from the lighter colors on top, like yellows, down to the darker shades here. So I'm just going to stack these. So it's going to be kind of like this, right? From top to bottom. All right. Let's go to work here. How do I want to do this? All right, I'll get the eyedropper tool. Nothing selected. We'll grab this color swatch. So my foreground color is now going to be yellow. And now if I hit the Option key and I click, it should fill this. And I think there's going to be a little bit, there's going to be some weird stuff going on. So I'm definitely going to have to I don't know, I'm going to have to tweak some of this. I also might want more than just these 4 colors. Oh, that's what's going on. My hand, okay, so I'm going to turn off the, on the side, so the touch controls are off. That, no, it's still being weird. Why is it doing that? All right, well, let's try this for a minute, just while we're doing this. Why is it wigging out? I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's doing it either way, so. Paul, you digging my music? Or is that a negative? Negative Ghost Rider. All right. think I'm going to need more colors than this. Thumbs up. I can't figure out why my eyedropper is just freaking out right now. That's because you're making it nervous. We're live and it's scared. Okay, this is just not working for me very well. So let's try something else. Add rust brown. Maybe. So currently I'm just trying, and I mean try. I'm really trying. It's not working out for me so good right now. And I don't know if I need to restart or if there's like a software conflict happening. But here we go. That's better. Maybe putting a fill in there, maybe trying to select the empty shapes was just not working out so well. All right. Comes the drop. So the other thing we could do with this, so paying attention to light, right? If there was a light source on this thing, let's just pretend. The big yellow one is the sun. Okay, and let's pretend that this thing is shining light this way. Okay, so the rim of this thing is going to have the higher or the highlights, right? The brighter light. Oh my gosh, brighter colors, and then anything that'd be shadow, like underneath or inside the legs, would be the darker, right? Or the things that are on the back end of this would be darker. So if we naturally kind of color it that way, it's going to start adding more depth to this. I feel like I need even more colors though. Like a lot more colors. It might be too bright. What is it, my option key? What is going on? I don't know. It's not playing very nice with me right now. So That's all right. We're going to keep going. Our mic keyboards aren't on. I turned it off because I thought it was conflicting with the thing. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. So it's all good, but it's just the eyedropper tool. Like everything else seems fine, but I get to the eyedropper tool and it starts freaking out. I just don't know. Maybe there's a driver update for this thing. All right. Oh, you know what it could be? I've been having Bluetooth issues where my headphones, I don't have them on Bluetooth right now, but like when I have multiple devices connected, like the mouse and the keyboard and then the headphones, the music cuts out and it gets weird. It is a lot of tech fighting for YouTube channel. Anyway. Hashtag user error, probably. It was fine until he came on here. I don't even see. Did he text you? I don't even see that. Oh, he's texting you? Oh, okay. I see how it is. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know what the actual heck is going on. Oh my goodness. There's your rust brown, Paul. And a drop shadow. Need a drop shadow? Okay, just for you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop shadow. Actually, but we're going to cast it. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's play around with this. Let's see. It's straight up just add a drop shadow. There you go. Just for you. Oh, man. We'll throw a drop shadow over there. And then we're going to come over to our appearance. I forget where it's at. Here? No. Here. Drop shadow. Deleted. Let's see. I'm in Illustrator. How would I do? Copy. Paste. Reflect it. And then we're going to fill the whole thing with black. And then we're going to blur it. Maybe. Our feather might work. This isn't the right. That's all right. It's all right. It's not. All right, well, just for kicks, here's how I would do this if it was in Photoshop, because that's where my brain's at. Let's jump over into Photoshop. We'll paste it right on this hot mess. Oh, man. Why is it being dumb? There we go. All right, so we got the bowl just hanging out here, being, you know, being a bowl. All right, let's make a shadow. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to flip it. Drag them down. And then we are going to, actually, we're going to command click on that to get a selection. Black, deselect. Oh, it's got all the grids in it. Oh, well. And then, let's see, let's mask it. I'm going to blur the outside edge a little bit of the shape first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Beach ball. Beach ball. Did the feed drop? Or is it still on over there? I don't do it, lens blur. Cancel. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to mask this guy with the gradient, letter G, to get my gradient tool. We're going to go from a foreground to transparent gradient, from black to transparent. On the mask layer, we are going to click and drag so that way we have a black to transparent, and it's just going to fade that out. So that's not super accurate, but we're headed the right direction. Oh, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, multiply. So if I was gonna do a drop shadow, air quotes, I would kind of make a custom shadow like that a little bit is the direction I would head. Or I could do what Paul wants and just throw a big fat drop shadow behind it. Oh man. Cool. All right. We're headed the right direction. I'm not happy with the coloring of this yet. So I gotta look at some of these and just try and figure out what's going on. Oh, you know what it is? Well, the reason why I like this one so much, I think, this isn't just a flat color, it's a gradient from a light to a dark in the triangle or in the shape. That is a huge part of why it looks a certain way. This one's flat though. So we could play with both of those. Throw this guy down here, we'll save it. Got our colors. Oh man, I'm getting tired. It's almost bedtime. All right, so what we're gonna do now, let's play with some gradients. Grab all these guys. Let's throw it. Oh, my wife's telling me she doesn't like it. What don't you like about it? Yeah, they have more depth to them, like shadows and color. Yeah, so, okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start defining some gradient colors here. Whoops. It's going to be too much of a jump. That's better. All right, let's just change all of these to this one. Let's grab this guy. Is it raining outside? Or is it just wind? Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm struggle bussing. There we go. Oh my goodness. If I keep this up, I'll have to switch it back to a mouse for this stuff. Okay. Here's a fun tip that doesn't work. Sorry, it's a Photoshop tip, apparently. I was going to show you something cool, but if you hold on the shift key when you're picking colors, it's not working in here. So now I have to know, I got to see if this works over here or not. Grab my colors, show options. If I have a color, it doesn't seem to be working. I might be doing something wrong, or maybe it's Photoshop. No, I thought it was in here. I thought you could hit the shift key, and if you drag one of these, it grabs all the sliders proportionately. So maybe there was an update that broke it, or maybe something weird's happening tonight, but whatever. All right. All right, all right, all right. What is it doing? I feel like things are just not working the way I want them to tonight, and I don't know if it's me or if there's like some kind of an update that's screwing with me. What's that? Color palette what? In the chat? Oh, look at that. This is from Paul. Oh, I'm like, all right. Autumn leaves. No, things are definitely weird. Okay. All right, so here's a color palette. This whole thing. What are we thinking? Oh man. It's bedtime soon, I think. All right. Love you long time. Oh man. Okay. So something, I must need to restart. Something's being weird, but we're gonna try to get through these gradients real quick, and then it might be time to shut the stream down and get some rest. Man, it is really windy outside. Okay, so these, I've got some subtle gradients defined now. So, same deal. Eyedropper tool. I think this is going to have a much better effect. What I probably could do, now that I've done all of that, is grab the whole thing, just so that way none of them get left without some kind of a gradient. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I have the thing. All right. So once we get all these gradients dropped in, I could actually adjust the gradient. See, oh wow, I hit the G on my keyboard to get the gradient tool. So each one of these sliders is for each one of these shapes. So if you wanted to, you could really dial in exactly what each one of these is doing. Or click and drag from one to the other. Oh, look at how much that helps it though. Okay, so what I did is I started from top down. Oh, see how that lightens it up? Oh, that looks so much better. So that way it has a natural light to dark from top to bottom. Although that didn't work how I wanted it to. Anyway, all right. I'm torturing this thing now. So that's a look. It's not my favorite. It's not quite there yet. It needs something. It needs more something. But hey, vectors are free. So we can keep going. We can keep trying stuff and see what happens. I'm not going to spend too much more time, but a little bit more time. So we got this guy over here. Just kind of nest him over here or something. Illustrator is being weird. It's not just me. Okay. So, and then I wanted to throw one more look on here. With this kind of like, I don't know, extra stuff happening. So I'm just going to probably actually use the pen tool, because if I use the line tool, then I'm drawing shapes that aren't connected. So if I use the pen tool, and I'm going to just, yeah, we're just going to, do stuff. What's up, X Patricks? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for playing. Look at this other guy. How much needs to... Okay. Is Illustrator hard to learn? Super great question. So I think something to think about if you're going to do anything for anything, but specifically in related to graphic design. What happened here? So I've been doing Photoshop, and I know you asked about Illustrator, but I've been doing Photoshop for over 20 years. I can't remember now. I was probably like, I don't know, 13 or so when I started, and I'm 36 now. Math is hard. What is that, 23 years? So, and then Illustrator I've been doing since I was in college. So what are you, like 18 when you go to college? So minus, 5 years from that? So 18 years or so in Illustrator. Okay, what I'm getting at is that I still don't know everything about these, like, I learn as I go, and if there's a specific thing, like right now I'm playing around with the low poly art, and you just kind of figure things out as you go. So the basics, I think, you can grasp pretty quickly once you start playing around with it. And if you'd like to learn more, shameless plug, a couple things. You can check out my website at derrickmitchell.com, and I've got some free tutorials there. derrickmitchell.com. You can check that out. And actually, I'm just going to pull it up real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So I have this tutorials tab right here. So if you want to, there's some free stuff, where I show you like how to do a t-shirt design with Adobe Illustrator. That's actually a great one to kind of jump into and explore. So check that out. It's free. While you're there, join the newsletter right here on the side. Name and email, and I'll send you cool stuff. That's a great place to start. Live trace hand lettering and fonts in Illustrator. This is a cool one, a cool free tutorial. You can check it out on my website, and it's a YouTube video. Anyway, and then if you want to learn even more, jump into my graphic design bootcamp right here on the homepage, derrickmitchell.com. Check out Learn More, and you can see more about what the Bootcamp is and why I think it'll be a good fit for you. So anyway, check that out. Illustrator, I maybe could be hard to master, but it's not hard to get into. It's a lot of fun. Like any program, typically you have your menu across the top, right? You've got your tools down the left-hand side, and you've got your modifiers over here on the side. So, starting with the basics, you're drawn with shapes essentially, right? We got rectangles, squares, whatever. We're drawn with shapes, or we're using like a pen tool over here to draw custom shapes. Or maybe the line tool, or what, like even the pencil, whatever. You can do a lot of things, right? And then maybe merge shapes together, maybe change colors. And then now once you've got something that you've worked on, or maybe you're adding fonts and stuff, once you have that and you want to get it out of the box, make sure you save it. Come over here to File, Save, and then you can export down here, File, Export, and you can get your stuff out of the box. So, the basics of how to get in and work with it are pretty straightforward. And then from there, it's a matter of refining your skills and learning techniques on how to build shapes and do it well. So I hope that helps, man. Yeah, and it is it's the exact same but different, right? It's the same as Photoshop but different. Sounds like you already understand the difference in that, and I get into that also in the graphic design bootcamp. So check it out if you're interested. So right now I'm just kind of screwing around. There's faster ways to work. I'm just really enjoying this time hanging out. So by that I mean, what I could do is bring some of this stuff. It's been a long time since I've done this, so it might not work the same as what I'm used to. There's a way to turn this into like a pattern sprayer, or maybe it's a symbol sprayer. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can fool around with this. So I could grab this shape, I could throw it into here, I think. Yeah, it's a new symbol. Okay, and then there's a symbol sprayer tool, and I don't remember where that's at. So hopefully this is an exact case in point. Like, I've been doing this forever, and I'm still like, I don't remember. I think this is how you do it, whatever. Okay, so yeah, that pretty much is how you do it. So I grabbed a few shapes, threw them into my symbols window. If you don't see that, come over here to Window, down to Symbols, okay? And then I grabbed this little spray paint can looking thing. It's a symbol sprayer, okay? So it does a lot of other things that I don't even know. So what I could do is, boom, look at that. Look how fast that was. And now I've got a bunch of these things, and it was like 2 seconds instead of like drawing each one by hand. So, yeah, that actually sped things up a lot. So those are the same. I'm going to delete these guys because then I could change. I think I can break this apart somehow. Again, it's been forever. Photoshop is really cool. I mostly work to make money by Photoshop, but it's time to get back to Illustrator and start learning it deeply as I did in Photoshop. For sure. And there's nothing to remember is there's seasons. So when I first moved to Montana, I had to kind of change what I did because to make a living, I had to provide what people wanted. So I shifted my business model to where I was offering WordPress websites at the time. Before that, I was offering custom websites, but then not everybody could afford to spend extra money, or not extra money, but to spend as much money as it costs to make that. So I learned how to make a WordPress website fast, and I could charge, in compared to spending, like $50,000 on a website, I could charge less money, $2,000 to $10,000 on a website. And it was something that a business could afford, but it still gave me a healthy budget to make cool stuff. Did that for a long time. And then, if the next person needed logo design, I'd figure out how to do logos and stuff. And so I feel like you just kind of bounce around based on what the needs are of your clients, where the money is. When I first got started in college, I worked in a print shop, and I loved it. I loved the tactile feel of working with print and working with presses and stuff. and just learning how, like, even like, okay, so this Wacom tablet thing that I just got it today. It came with this really cool insert and it's got these little rings. And if I kind of hold, I don't know if this is going to focus or not. Yeah. Anyway, so the really cool paper mock-up with these aluminum rings that you can put on the end of the pen and just stylize it for color and whatever. I love that kind of stuff. I loved being able to design stuff for print, and I fell in love with it. But the stuff I was doing wasn't worth as much to the marketplace or to my clients as, say, web design. So I learned how to do ActionScript and Flash animations, and it was much more valuable, so I could make more money doing that. And that was when I lived in Spokane, in a bigger city. And then when I moved to Montana, it was like, well, crap, I got to do everything because I got to do whatever my clients want to make money. And so I learned how to do WordPress websites, and I learned how to do logo design. I learned how to do business cards and all these things to build a brand. And instead of just like charging them, nobody wants to spend more than $40 on a business card. They just don't. Like, you're not going to make $1,000 on a business card, but you might be able to make $5,000 or $10,000 or $30,000 on a brand, and that brand might have multiple pieces. So all this to say, I'm kind of rambling, but the point is, yeah, maybe dive in and get really good at Illustrator and add that to your arsenal or to your skill set or to your toolbox, whatever you want to call it. But also don't feel like, oh man, I got to know everything about everything. Like, get really good at the one thing and be well known for that, because whatever you're good at, you're going to attract more of. So if you don't like Illustrator, don't feel like you have to know Illustrator. So anyway, yeah, I'm in high school now, just trying hard, basketball, graphic design, and digital art. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, there's so much opportunity right now especially because so many businesses are working remote now. In fact, my wife and I work for companies that aren't based in Montana because COVID, it opened the door for remote work. So that was awesome. Now on the flip side, if you are just in high school doing things and getting really good at branding and everything, the more skills you can add to your resume and to your abilities, the more opportunities you'll have. And it just takes time. It's seasons. Just keep building on what you know. Yeah. Many companies want to design brands, banners, and HTML, CSS sites. Yep. All right, cool. So, guys, this has been fun. I'm pretty happy with the direction this is going. I might refine the colors a little bit more. But it's almost midnight where I'm streaming from. And I got to get up at like 6. It's going to be a short night. How you doing, Mama? Ready for bed? All right. Wifey says it is bedtime. So I'm super happy with the progress we made tonight, though. We started out with a pretty solid shape, and the way that I got this, I actually took a screenshot. Let's just do a quick recap. I took a screenshot of this bowl from Adobe Stock. So I didn't even buy it. I didn't even register I just took a quick screenshot. So to do that, it's Command-Shift-4, and then you click and drag, and then you take a picture of whatever you want on your screen. Okay, so I brought it into here, and then I used the pen tool to get this rough shape. So I literally just, I didn't make any curved lines like this with the pen tool. I just literally tapped to make, my shape of this bowl. So, oh, what's up from Europe tuning in? Yeah, it's morning over there. Yeah, it's 11:52 p.m. it's what is it? 23:52 p.m. Paul, if you're still with me. Did he go to bed? Huh? Yeah. All right. So we traced the bowl. Then we did a bunch of lines in the bowl using the line tool, not just the pen tool, but we actually drew lines and stuff in there. Okay. And I made a copy because I knew getting into the face and the head, I was pretty happy with the body, but I wasn't sure if I need a few different versions of this to get it right. Okay. And then I brought it down here and we grouped everything together. So we took all the lines and the outside stroke. We went to the Pathfinder tool And I'm going to show options. I went down here to divide, which then makes these all merge together as shapes. Then we started filling it with the paint, or with the eyedropper tool. Okay, started playing around with it. Didn't really like it, so we kept going. That was pretty flat and one dimensional. So what we did is we created these gradients and started filling it in. And that was all right, headed the right direction. And then I saw this guy, which was kind of inspiring. Seeing all these little pieces just made it feel like it was more dynamic and had some action to it. So then we added that over here, and voila, there is actually, the more I look at this, I really like it. I don't think it's there yet. I think we have a little bit more to go to get it like dialed in and sweet for the brand, but that is definitely headed the right direction. I'm really happy with this. So that's it, guys. Man, that was a long stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I'd keep going, but I know that if I don't stop now, tomorrow's going to be rough. So thanks for tuning in. If you liked this, feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that. If you feel like buying me a coffee, this is a new thing I'm trying. Check that out. That's cool. Anyway, hey, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe to the video, to the channel, so that way you can catch up the next time I go live, which will probably be every single day this week. I've got a lot to go through. Thanks, Expatrics over in Europe, for tuning in this morning. I appreciate it. And then what else? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to Behance, subscribe to the newsletter, all the things. You guys are awesome. Have a great night. Have a great morning. We'll see you next time. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you learned a lot of valuable information, and I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. But before you go, just a couple things I want to remind you. The first is, if you haven't already, feel free to like this video if you can, depending on where you're watching from. Give it a thumbs up, or subscribe, or tap the bell, or give it a follow if you can. And also maybe even just copy the link up in the browser and share it with a friend, or post it to your Facebook page. I'd really appreciate that. But again, just want to say thanks for sticking around, and I'd love to continue going live as much as possible and helping you guys out. So the best way that I can help you is by you commenting on the videos below. I read those comments. I engage with them as soon as I can, if I can, when I see them. So if it's live, I'll try and answer you right away. If this is a replay, you can still comment on the video, and I go back and I read those. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to help you out, and hopefully we will see you in the next live. And to be sure you don't miss it, like this video and subscribe and follow and do the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.